What's good, YouTube? Back again with another video. Today, across my timeline, a gentleman by the name of Lenore Honor. He's really big in the space when it comes to exposing Dr. Umar, his various lies. He's put together a phenomenal timeline of this whole FDMG scam. I'll make sure I leave the link in the description for his YouTube below. So today, on his community tab, he posted 10 questions that every interviewer should ask Umar Johnson. I'm going to put a slight twist, a slight spin on it. And I think it's 10 questions that every Umar supporter should be asking Umar Johnson as well. We're going to go through these 10 questions that he posed. I'm going to break down and give my thoughts, and we're going to go from there. So, question number one is, how much donation money has Umar collected since May of 2014? So from my recollection, initially with this whole when Umar started collecting money, it started with the St. Paul's campus. That was the initial video he came out with. And actually, I don't believe he had. It wasn't a GoFundMe. I forget the name of the fundraising site that he wanted to use. But initially, he was against it. He wanted to collect all donations via mail. He wanted you to either send a check or money order to his P.O. box. I mean, that should have been the first red flag for all of us that this was a scam right in there. I mean, even back in 2014, how many people were really still getting money orders? Um, so that was, like I said, initially he never wanted to do this online thing. He never wanted to do the PayPal. He never wanted to do the Cash App. And I forget the name of, like I said, the fundraising site that he eventually wound up using, but he never wanted to do these things. And I mean, for obvious reasons, he didn't want a paper trail. Like I said, if you're mailing in checks, you're mailing in money orders. There's no accountability. There's no transparency, and that's pretty much what Umar loves. So he can manipulate and finesse the situation. But by Umar's own account, I believe he said he raised roughly $700,000. I think this is the last account he gave. This was about 2021, 2020. He himself admitted to raising over $700,000. In my personal belief, I would say probably more in the neighborhood of 2 to 3 million. Like I said, because that was just the online donations. He never accounted for the donations that he received via mail, via the PO box in Delaware. So, like I said, he admitted to at least 700,000, 800,000, somewhere in that neighborhood. But I mean, I think it's closer to 2 or 3 million, honestly. And I think that's being assertive. It could be well over the $3 million mark. Let's see. Question number two: how much donation money does Umar have left? Um, I think it's pretty clear. We could just kind of, use some common sense here that most of that money is long gone. Like I said, when Umar first came out with this St. Paul's idea, he was flush with cash. I honestly think he was surprised by the amount of donations that he did wind up receiving. Like I said, I think he squandered most of that money, allegedly on um, rental vehicles, vacations, food, women. Allegedly he has a substance abuse problem. So like I said, we can see now that most of that money is long gone. I mean, I've seen one of Umar's most recent videos where he was literally talking about getting tile and carpet installed in FDMG and how he was looking for contractors. And I'm like, if you raised, I mean, we know you raised probably several $1 million, but by your own account, over $700,000, and that was as of 2021. We're in 2024 now, so that's 3 years. Who knows how much money you have raised during during that time period? And you're telling me you can't find somebody to throw with some carpets and tile? Come on, it just doesn't make any sense. Like I said, I think most of that money is gone. I think he's tricked off most of that money. And I think it's like I said, I think the donations have trickled are barely trickling in. Because, like I said, people are starting to finally catch on to this finesse. I mean, it's been over 6 years since he's had the school building. Very slow progress. Um, the renovations that has made to the school are very minimal. I mean, he's painted the school. Like I said, he used his donors to actually paint it, so it wasn't even professionally painted. Um, I think he buffed and waxed the gym floors, that small gymnasium. I think he's gotten some he got some carpet, and he did some work to the bathrooms in there. And he did get one of like 7 or 8 HVAC units repaired. Um, but like I said, most of that money, I personally believe, is long gone and has been spent. Question number 3. How much more money do you need to complete renovations on the small school and small gym? Well, according to Umar, as of August 2023, all major renovations have been completed. So he shouldn't need any more money. Like I said, according if you follow this whole Umar saga, supposedly all he needs is some paint, carpet and tile, and a few little minors, some drop ceilings, according to Umar, and they're ready for inspection. Question number 4. How much let's see, how much money will you need each year to cover school operating costs? Like I said, Umar never really goes into these type of details. He always just kind of like glosses over these type of things. We all know running a school is very expensive. I mean, obviously, your biggest expense with any business is going to be your labor. So obviously, he's going to need teachers. He's going to need some type of secretaries, assistants. He's going to need some type of janitorial staff. He's going to need obviously he's going to need a nurse. He's going to need some type of cafeteria, lunch lady. Um, these are the very basic expenses. I mean, the average. What? Let's do a quick Google. I'm going to do a quick Google search and I'll screen share. Average salary for a teacher in Wilmington, Delaware. Let's see. Okay, hold on. Bear with me real quick. I'm gonna share my screen. It's gonna take the questions down temporarily, but I'll bring them back up. I'm gonna stop screen share. Boom. And we're gonna add that. Okay. The average salary for an entry level teacher in Delaware is $54,780 per year. So basically, we talk about 55 grand for one teacher. Let's just say he's going to start small, and let's just say he'll teach Umar be teaching some classes, which is already kind of ridiculous. I mean, imagine Umar um, being your boy's teacher. But let's just say Umar is one of the teachers, and he says 3 teachers, right? Got a math teacher, an English teacher, and some type of a science teacher, right? That's already right there, 150, $165,000 a year just in teachers. You add on a janitor, let's just say you got a janitor, let's say you're paying them 40 grand, we're over 200,000. You add a part-time school nurse, just say you're paying them 40,000, you add 240. We got 2 cafeteria people, let's just say you're paying them 15 grand a year, we're at $270,000. Let's say you have obviously you're gonna need some type of IT tech person. Let's just say you got them part-time, let's just say 40 grand. We're over $310,000 just in oh, it didn't even include secretaries. Let's just say you have one secretary paying her 40 grand a year. That's $350,000 a year just in salaries. 350,000 a year. Now that's just quick math that I'm doing off the top of my head. Get the questions back up here. But that's, like I said, over $350,000 just in um, teachers and ancillary staff. That's not including, obviously you're going to need, you're going to have to pay for transportation. Oh, I didn't forget you're going to have to have some type of bus driver. You're going to have to have buses for the school. I mean, like I said, if we just aim on the conservative side, this school is going to at least take about probably a $500,000 to $700,000 a year, and that's being probably super conservative to run. Question number 5: how will you raise the money to pay for school operation costs? Well, we already know. Hit the Cash App, hit the PayPal. Um, Obviously, that's not going to be enough to sustain the school. So that's that there. Question number 6: why did you report to the IRS that you did not collect any donations for fiscal year 2020 and 2022? Well, we know Umar is constantly finessing and trying to get away from any tax liability or having to pay taxes. We know the schools had hundreds of thousands in back taxes. So that's not surprising that he would lie to the IRS. Does Umar have a board of directors? No, he's the board of directors. Him himself. That's it. Like I said, if you notice with Umar, usually when you see other highly educated people, scholars, doctors on that, PhDs, they have other colleagues that can vouch and co-sign for them. You've never heard of another doctor or another highly well-respected person vouching for Umar Johnson. That's a red flag. Question number 8: how much will tuition be per student? Well, Umar has said in the past that tuition is going to be about $500 per month per student. And the first year, he's going to require, I think, a one-time payment. So you're going to have to pay. So the families will be responsible to pay all the tuition in one shot. So if we do 500 times 12, is that 7,200? That's $6,000 a year that families will have to come up per child. Now, let's keep in mind that this school is in an extremely impoverished area, very low income. Most people there, like I said, are probably making household income is probably less than $40,000 a year. So you want them to spend $6,000 of that roughly $40,000 on sending their child to a school with no proven track record. Yeah, good luck with that. Question number 9: the FDMG school buildings are located the FDMG school buildings are located in an impoverished community. How will impoverished parents come up with $500 per month so that their children can attend FDMG? They won't be able to. And like I just mentioned before, he's actually requiring for that first year that you have a one-time payment of $6,000 made up front. I mean, let alone most of them probably wouldn't be able to afford the $500 a month, but to have to come up with the whole 6,000 one year's tuition in one shot, that's not realistic for his demographic, which is mostly impoverished people living below the poverty line. And question number 10: in August of 2023, you stated that all systems were renovated. If renovations were completed in 2023, why are you still renovating in 2024? Well, we know Umar is a liar. Like I said, he literally went on camera and stated that all major renovations were completed of August of 2023. We are currently in September of 2024, and he is still making renovations. Not only is he still making renovations, he hasn't even applied for the school to be inspected by the city. Like I said, the school has no type of inspections have been completed on the school. The school is not even habitable. So like actually when you see donors inside there, that's actually a liability risk. Anything could fall from the ceiling. The roof can cave in. We know that roof has water damage. If you've seen in previous Umar videos, this exposed drop ceiling. We got exposed electrical wires. We don't know if those wires are live or not. I mean, the school is a complete hazard. Like I said, this it's really sad. This whole saga with Umar Johnson. Like I said, I think the idea was a very good idea, but I just think Umar got in over his head, and he refused to try to reach out and collaborate with people who could have made this goal possible. Like I said, I think Umar has the gift of gab. That's something that you can't take from him. I mean, people tend to gravitate towards him, and he should have just been the mouthpiece for this operation. And he should have had built a team around him with people who actually had experience building schools, working schools, and he should have just been the mouthpiece and basically used his gift of gab to be able to generate the money and then let the experts do what they do. But let me know what you think in the comments. Like I said, we went over these 10 questions that every supporter should be asking Umar Johnson. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, do you think FDMG will ever open? Personally, I don't, but I want to hear from you. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share.